Alright. Horror game, not intended for all audiences, contains occasional light flashing effects. But I can disable them in the menu. God knows I will. You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself. Welcome home. Oh, a whole accessibility menu? Oh, beautiful. High contrast text. Enable! For the blind. Oh, yeah. Actually, I probably don't need that as long as I can make it bigger. As long as I can make it bigger. You gonna make it bigger for me? Maybe? I don't think it's gonna make it bigger for me. Hello? Okay. Let's relaunch. Maybe the relaunch will take care of this. Okay. Okay. What else we got in preferences? See, and then we go back to it. It just wanted you bigger. Okay. We're good. Okay, we'll go to you know what? We'll just go. No, we'll go reduced. We'll go reduced. If it gets a little scrungy, we'll switch to off. All right. Sure. We'll go with Jibby. Or here, we'll go with Jasper. We'll match our Misty Tails. We live in the city of... We'll live in, Ploppo. We will they them it. Alright. Let's go with Mystical and Booksmart. I guess we can... Yeah, no. You know what? We'll just fire from the hip. Fire in directly from the hip. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now, here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin. The bad news. The 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots. You would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl Ann Scarlet. Your cousin's mother and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. But it was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept it. Something has been tugging you back to this place your entire life. There was no choice to be made because you were always going to find your way here. So when your cousin called, you knew what had to be done. And now the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So, anyway, as I was saying... Ah, no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not even sure he stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Wait, what? Yeah, you know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling how she's gonna call the cops or whatever. It's hilarious. Actually hit my friend. Said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad, not playing. She kept swinging, soon enough, lost her balance, fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. Had a good laugh and fished her out. And her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. Kinda became my girlfriend after that. We've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Oh my god, no. About 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like for real. Jeez, you ever get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody? Oh my god, get me off this bus. Yeah, I kind of feel like killing someone right now, actually. Let's go with it. You flash him a knowing glare. See, you get it. You never know what a broken heart's gonna do until you're staring at it face to face. Can change a person, you know? Makes them think things they never thought they could. I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff. I just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I always wanted to go there. Have you thought about seeing a therapist? Or, interesting. Get out while you still can. Remain silent. Yeah, maybe we encourage him to see a professional. Maybe it would help you talk to someone about these feelings. Someone professional. Somebody not this guy. Nah, I don't need to do that kind of stuff. Us strangers are the best therapists. I feel a lot better after talking to you. No, you don't. Don't talk to me ever again. Anyways, where you headed? I didn't. You know, we can be real. Yeah, we'll just go with I didn't. No need to be nasty, just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. So, if you ain't getting off at my stop, you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the holler, they call it in these parts. It's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody goes off that way. Come to think of it. Had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler, you see. Always a job listed or two on the boards around here. I never want to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks. So my buddies got desperate enough to try it. Oh, we up in the Appalachians, huh? Going out to the holler. I hadn't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die! Looks back at its phone, for once, focused on something other than you. Ah, this is me. Lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me to talk to. Here, I have something for you. Stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. I was gonna say, are they boiled or are they fried? Alright. Boiled peanuts, got them at a gas station a few buses back. Notice you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them no more. Tip: sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Oh, such as establishing whether or not we love boiled peanuts. Eat the peanuts. Alright, we'll take the peanuts. Thanks. You're welcome. And with that, I'll leave you. Safe travels, friend! And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line. Almost there. bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. Like arrives 11, departs 11:01. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Jasper. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Offer her your boiled peanuts as condolence. Hey, Tabitha. Come on, let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Yeah, let's go with the... Hey, relatable. Guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Alright, maybe that wasn't a good thing to say. Your cousin turns to you with an icy glare. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. So the funeral? It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Yeah, you know, since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. Can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. You can feel the same careless cruelty in Tabitha's words that your mother would use when she talked about Pearl Ann and the old Scarlets. The wound that tore your family apart runs deep enough that it bled through the generations. Let's see. Yeah, let's go with I don't know why my mom left. Or what kind of grudge she had against this side of the family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. Whatever. What's done is done. Alright, we'll hit the how you holding up. Fine. It isn't healthy to keep things bottled up. I'm not bottling anything. I'm just more emotionally mature than you. Ow. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. It's seen better days. Its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. You know what's good for you? You'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. Leave your bags here for the time being. Lie. It's beautiful and clean. Yeah, let's go with the architecture. Here's breathtaking. It reminds me of the Biltmore estate. Color me marginally impressed. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Believe it or not, this estate actually predates the Biltmore by nearly 3 decades. Used to be the crown jewel of the region, but times change and the attentions of the masses are ever so fickle. Shall we begin the tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen! On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name's Janie. There's a friend here. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixins for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Let's go with this. There's somewhere in town to buy food. I would need something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. We'll go with sweet, thanks. Cool. Good talk. I'm going with it's nice. There's a cat. So, you know what? It's nice. It's a kitchen. Alright, what's next? Bathroom. Follow me. Great. It's been hours since I've gone. As 2 of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Pet that cat. For following your cousin down the hall, you decide to pet the cat. She bites you hard and hisses violently. Tabitha sighs. As you've now learned, you should not pet Frou-Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. But she looked so pettable. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll be easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to not have fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. This is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. That's what we're going with. You can practically hear Tabitha roll her eyes at you from the other side of the bathroom wall. It'd be a lot nicer if Janie didn't have a policy about bathrooms. She cleans mine, but refuses to do more than that, so you can blame her for the state of the place. Alright. You silently stare at the monumental task in front of you. Yeah, wait, you sure this toilet works? Cause I'm not trusting this tank. Or this tank. Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bill gets paid, therefore the toilet works. I don't think that's how it works. Okay. But it's so crusty. It's fine. Don't be so dramatic. Yeah, who exactly uses this bathroom? Because they go through a lot of TP. Guests. Right. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. It's been hours. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. Aunt Janie washed them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. An unmistakable stain coats this room. Someone has died here. No, people have died in here. Closet's full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. It seems a little dusty. Yeah, we'll go with people have died here, haven't they? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Obviously, people have died here. So, who used to sleep here? Like I said, the house is almost 150 years old. Many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. I kinda love Tabitha. Sure. Guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me, take you back so you can collect your belongings. Thank you, Tabby. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away, others down the line. Yeah, let's ask if there's a library. There wouldn't happen to be a library in the estate, would there? I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. There is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off limits. And the library is in the West Wing, which is extra off limits. You're better off heading into town. Pretty sure there's a library there. Could you take me to town before you leave? No, it's down the hill. You can walk there yourself. Okay. Yeah, are you sure you're okay? You seem kind of upset. I'm fine, I just need to get back to work. Alright, you know what? Tabitha clearly hates spending time with other human beings, so Tabitha can go. Are we all set then? I'll see you tonight. My cousin leaves through the front door. Now it's just you and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Go straight to the forbidden wing of the estate. Tabitha gone. No one's stopping you from going into the forbidden wing of the estate. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. Curses. Well, might as well head into town then. You drop your bags off in your room and head out to explore the town. You'd have known. You'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town. You probably would have asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. And again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. Still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers. No, I want to be bothered by Gretchen for the rest of my life. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. Tell me everything. Gladly. Her favorite food is Cheese Whiz. Her favorite toy is an old sock I sewed to look like a squirrel, and her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. Sometimes I leave it on in the background while I'm working to give her something to do. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it, like an old lady with her programs. Oh, where are my manners, talking to you this long without introducing myself? I'm Stella. Shh! We're talking about Gretchen here. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Would you like some boiled peanuts? Yep. Just got into town today. Wow, I didn't think there'd be anyone else coming. Are you staying with Tabby? How's she holding up? I haven't seen her since Pearland passed. For a while before that, now that I think about it. Let's see. Even though we just met a couple hours ago, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about her. Because, I mean, that much is true. She's always been a little rough around the edges. I figured she'd probably be having a rough go at things. She and her mom were really close. I think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying here. Even if she doesn't think so herself. You two friends? Or are you lady friends? I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we were both in a school production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck, and she was Mustard Seed. You know, I'm incredibly into Pucks. I'm just saying. How Puck-like are you? Because, you know, I'll give anything to a mischievous fae. But then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. Yes! It's just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Biscuits? Your treat? Hell yeah! My actual reaction. I love you intrinsically. Awesome. Let's go. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. Oh, I love human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hi, I'm Jasper, just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers, as is. And who you're related to, let's just say you'll be the talk of town for a while. Hey, Stella. Went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen! Are you a regular here? Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Oh, good. We can just see Gretchen. Oh, look at that little princess. Oh, you can't see that little princess. Look at that little princess. Perfect. Anything for you? Name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Stella says she's fine. I'll have one of everything, please and thank you. Would you like peanut? I like the image that I'm just walking around with a dripping bag of boiled peanuts, just kind of holding them out to everybody. I order biscuit and coffee. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. I'm getting winked at. Best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. And I'm, sorry for your loss. If you had the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. I've never regretted a biscuit in my life! Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? Yeah, but the bus only comes on Monday, so I don't know why everyone's, surprised about me being here early. Gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. Trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night. That's a fun thing to look forward to. Might be a little disrespectful to go to a party Saturday night and then go to a funeral Sunday morning, but alright. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck! That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. She just said she does it, so we could go too. Shame the reading adventures for kids. I was excited for something to do with the library. Just because it's for kids doesn't mean it isn't fun. And Oscar's all about keeping things on theme. So this month, it's a bunch of ghost stories. I think he's calling it spooky bookies. You know, like how a ghost would say it. Bookies. Boo-earns. Sounds like it's for babies and I'm not a baby. Nope, that's perfect. Cool. We should check it out this week. It's really just an afternoon. Any idea what you want to do for the rest of the week? Let's see. Oh yeah, I kind of assumed I'd be spending my time trying to help Tabitha with how quickly she ran off today. I'm not sure that's enough for a full schedule. That's really sweet of you, but you're right. That'll definitely still leave you with plenty of time to kill. Have you thought about exploring the local trails at all? I'm usually out there a few nights a week for my job, and I'd be happy to show you around. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. Sends her condolences. Oh, yeah, you didn't have to do that. No worries. Hope you enjoy it. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. A warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know it is good. Divinity given buttery form. You take a bite, it melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Yeah, we'll go with the, whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. That's not famous, and I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, what kind of videos do you do? Although, I'm assuming from the Mothman shirt. She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, Jasper. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. Didn't expect much out of the footage, but at the time, really wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird, Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then, I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Scared into woods! The most perfect thumbnail I have ever seen. The size and shape of the creature's body tells you it's likely a predator, and it's definitely not a wolf. You seem to recall that mountain lions used to live up here. Who's to say if there aren't a few left? Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've ever seen. I also have people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Yeah, we'll go, maybe it's a mountain lion? It's definitely got that predator shape and size, and there used to be a population in North Carolina. No way. Absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions left this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found Jack squat. No reason why we'll be swimming in a river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it'll forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? Yes. Pretty easy one this week. Wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... wait! No spoilers. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Skunk Ape is hilarious. Saw a docu-special on it once. Stinky Bigfoot. Yeah, let's go with Stinky Bigfoot. Right? Should be a pretty fun video. It's hard to be serious when you're talking about something that's famous for smelling bad. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. And, as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So, what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky. That sort of thing. Yeah, will Gretchen be there? Of course. It's actually been a while since I had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I'm in. This is going to be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. I miss those two. Our videos were terrible. Aw, I used to make terrible videos with friends in middle school. Aww. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his cave if he's up for it. You mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or? Okay, if you're sure, but if you change your mind. Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. They're Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah. Just here for the week. Yeah, anyway, we're going out to look for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Ah, dang, man. Sounds awful. Hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Yes, is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past 10 years or so. Feel like it's gotten a lot worse lately. Can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome, I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika's much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Don't leave a tip. You didn't even spend any money. We'll leave a generous tip. You reach in your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Aw, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. Look at that perfect creature. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. Yeah, you feel... We'll go with a sense of foreboding. You feel an overwhelming sense of foreboding, which seems only natural. Oh, look at Gretchen, doll! Seems only natural considering where you are. Your instinct screams at you to leave, but at the same time, you're curious to see what the night has in store for you. You decide to go with the flow, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and to not dwell too much on this strange feeling. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. Past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest one yet. Oops. Summer's hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be much worse. It's nice to feel a chill in the air, see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about some more fun, like skunk apes. Like skunk apes. Let's see. Yeah, what's the weirdest thing you've seen out here? Yeah, other than cryptids. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it. Not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh! Tetanus Lake! That's definitely the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old bottles and cans and assorted garbage with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful. Hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Yeah, let's go. You ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. Never had much luck, though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. Nothing ever happened. Always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, but I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there were, I sure as heck ain't seen any myself. Werewolves kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility they exist, because if they really are out there, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So, let's hope all of that's just bunk. Am I right? What about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real. And they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. Fair enough. Alright. See? That's what the government wants you to think. 4D chess moment. Aliens exist, but I'm not sure they've come to Earth is my actual opinion. You know, it's a little... I feel like it's a little egotistical if you want to actually think that, you know, Earth is the only life in an entire universe. That's just silly. But have they been here? I don't know. Maybe. But who knows? Alright. Let's go with, we're not alone out here, but everything is cut from the same cloth. What does it mean? I don't know. But it sounds really deep, so I'll say it. You got it, my friend Kanika's mom. You two would get along. I don't want to be like, are you even expecting to find anything? And I also don't want to be like, am I gonna die out here? So let's move on. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Oh, sorry for getting spooked, Duke. Thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. What the hell you looking for way out here? Skunk it. Sorry I asked. And who's this you suckered into coming with you? Oh, wait a tick. You ain't... Is that... Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. Condolences. Keep you in my prayers. Another stranger, another opportunity for a salty introduction. Oh. Is this the man who will take my peanuts? You hold out the slippery bag in front of Duke. It's grown quite fragrant since you first put it in your rucksack, like the scent of old beer. But you're pretty sure that's what it's supposed to smell like. Boiled peanuts from your backpack? No, I'm all set, thank you. Both of y'all head bound back to town here. Best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm gonna deal with my own critter. Won't be too appreciative. A couple fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? Never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put the damn camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. Pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did. But I've yet to see a shred of proof that you listen to any of it, where you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. Lost 3 this week. Can't afford to lose many more than that. Huh. I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see? This is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Ah, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods long as I have. Those sons of bitches sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. Wouldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-aged Boy Scouts been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. Sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out these woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. As Duke's words leave his mouth, an existential dread begins to pull at your chest. Something is waiting for you deeper in the woods. Whatever it is, 3 of you are bound to meet it, and it will change you forever. Alright. Sure, let's go with there's something waiting for us deeper in the woods. Let's just say that out of nowhere. That's the correct face to make when somebody's like, something is waiting for us in the forest. Maybe Gretchen's making the correct face reaction to that. Yeah, no, I'm hunting it. What if it's not a mountain lion, though? What if it's... Oh, don't you get started again. Your daddy could hear you now going on about ghouls and goblins using what he taught you to run around these woods like some kind of paranormal investigator. You want that to be his legacy, girl? Besides, you know my boy Bowemere headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty this week. Be gone days. Chick Coop might as well be a big ol' all-you-can-eat sign on if I don't nip this in the bud tonight. You know how I feel about my chickens. Couldn't take it if I lost any more of the poor little ladies. You know I have to put out a video by tomorrow evening. And Stella and Duke both root themselves in their stubborn insistence. The feeling before gains form and clarity. Something faded has been locked in stone. Somebody here is going to die tonight. I miss an update. I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. Let's see. We all need to get out of the woods right now. If we don't, somebody's gonna die tonight. Why even try to warn them? Fate is fate. There is no resisting it. You know this. Now, what's that supposed to mean? You trying to threaten me? I don't know. It's just a weird feeling I get sometimes. A weird, bad feeling. It's never wrong. Are you, trying to say you're psychic or something? Signs point to yes. Oh, what am I thinking right now? Oh, hush, you ain't psychic. Just trying to unsettle me, so I let y'all go off in the woods to film your little video. Jasper, I think you freaked Duke out enough for one evening. Maybe we should leave the poor man to his wild goose chase. I'm not freaked out by your friend's theatrics, but if it gets you out my hair, sure, I'm greatly disturbed. Now run along home, stay out of trouble. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Yeah, we'll say not with Duke and his shotgun out there waiting to blow our heads off. I like my head intact, not blown to pieces, thank you very much. You don't have to worry about old Duke. I've been out tracking with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. Yeah, this isn't about Duke. Something bad is going to happen if we stay here. Wait, you don't want to dip out now. The sun's about to set. Things are just about to get good. I know it. Okay, listen. If I know any single thing about hanging out in Appalachia, it's, you get your ass out the holler when the sun goes down. And if something says your name, no it didn't. Let's see. What do we want to go with? Yeah, let's use Tabitha as our excuse. Tabitha's probably getting worried about me. I should really head back. It's okay, she knows me. We'll just explain you were with me and all will be forgiven. Because you definitely don't want to try and head back without me. Not when the sun's starting to go down. At least stay long enough to help me with my intro. It's been forever since I had anybody but Gretchen around to hold the camera. And her paws really aren't suited for the job. Never get anybody else to say yes. Sure. I don't think I knew how much this meant to you. I'll come with. Alright, I'm a pushover. Thanks. People are usually just busy. It's not like this is super dangerous or boring, just a fun way to spend an evening. I'm sure we'll have a good time. And I'll get you home by a reasonable hour and no one will get shot. Promise. There's a great overlook just up the path. We can start there. Trail's just up this way. Let's go. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Jasper, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive, yet pungent, skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start tracking the scenes once the sun sets all the way. Hey, you said we were just shooting your intro. In the meantime, we get to take in all of this gorgeous scenery. Duke may be gone, but that feeling in your gut still lingers. Something terrible awaits you. Something unavoidable. Though what exactly is wrong in these woods still eludes you. quietly look into Stella's eyes. Goodness gracious! Sure, we'll go with the nature being incredible. You know, we'll cut down a little bit of our doom and gloom. I'm so used to only seeing pigeons and rats. Can't wait to whip out my copy of Guide to the Birds and Wildlife of Western North Carolina and go to town on some identifications. You might wind up being a little disappointed. I feel like it's been quiet around here the past week or so. I guess everyone is flying even more south for the winter. Or maybe they've been scared off? Maybe by a very bad smell. A bad smell attached to a mysterious ape. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. It's a deer. That noise means it's alerted the rest of its herd to danger. That's a deer, isn't it? They kind of snort to warn the rest of the herd about predators. Could be. Let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. Uh-oh. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. But look at that sweet baby. Baby child. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato. They don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? There was something wrong with that deer. Did you see its face? Yeah, it looked kind of messed up, didn't it? Yeah, why do you bring Gretchen with you, aside from her being perfection? She doesn't seem like the safest choice for a hiking companion. I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so can't hold that against her. I'm just happy she's still so feisty, even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, but here she is, running around in the woods at 17. I feel like the fresh mountain air and exercise have helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretch? Never too late to turn back. Those deer genuinely spooked me. I don't know if you want me weighing you down. Don't be so hard on yourself. You just aren't accustomed to the sounds of the forest yet. You know, on your first few night hikes, everything sounds like some horrible monster until you realize, or just waiting for an opportunity to shred you to bits, but eventually you realize it's mostly deer and raccoons. Which probably won't go after you. Yeah, but that deer was fucked up. Consider, that deer was fucked up. Here, let's take a quick snack break before we get into tonight's activities. Maybe some food will help settle your nerves. I have only had a biscuit today. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Trail mix, extra M&Ms. We got snack bars, dried apricots, sweet, sweet sesame sticks. I love sesame sticks. Ah, the one snack I didn't make myself. I was hoping to wow you with my cooking skills, but I guess that'll have to wait for some other time. Still a tasty choice, the chips of the hiking trail. Some would say chips are the chips of the hiking trail, but who would bring such a delicate, space-consuming snack in their pack when they could fit another bottle of water? Or more snacks? She's right. We are being watched, Stella. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws on a stick, distracted for the time being. So tell me, what's it like in Ploppo? You have a house, an apartment? You live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Jasper. I live in a 12 by 12 shed in someone's yard for sure. It was advertised as one of those tiny homes you see on HGTV. Not sure if I would call it a home, but it is tiny. I like it. I know he's charging me a premium for what it is, which is basically a roof over my head and a hot plate, but I really like it. Cheaper than pretty much anything else in Ploppo, and the location is hard to beat. I mean, sure, sometimes the landlord treats the place like a shed and comes in and out for his gardening tools, but other than that, I don't have to deal with the fuss of having roommates. And you learn to live with stuff when you're on a budget. Half my living space being taken up by garden tools isn't so bad compared to some of the other horror stories I've heard. I guess that's a good way to put a positive spin on things. I feel like I'd go nuts living in a place like that, though. So, what do you do for a living? Let's see. We live in a 12 by 12 shed alone. We're an Etsy seller. Sometimes I'll do commissions, sometimes I'll just sort of find some on the street and fix it up with a quirky design, like giving something a mustache or painting it to look like a bee. Oh, you're an artist and you upcycle. Nice! Thanks. I love what I do. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows when I tell them what I do, but you know what? I love it. It might not be much, but it's empowering to feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I'd give up on what I do for anything. The crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your story? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house. He must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Yeah, we'll let her keep talking. Oh, I was gonna let her keep talking. I was just listening. It's showtime. Whatever lurks behind the tree line is something best left unseen. But the events of this evening were already set in motion long before you stepped foot in Scarlet Hollow. There's no turning back now. Oh boy. That isn't Skunk Ape, Stella. Whatever it is, it's far worse. Whatever it is, it's close. Here, watch Gretchen for a moment while I check this out. Aw, no. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. No. Stay back here. As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall? Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out Skunk Ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. Looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. No. What if we don't go after it? Yeah, do we have to? Now's not the time to hesitate. If we're catching this thing, we gotta go now. Stella sprints into the woods in pursuit, leaving you no choice but to run after her, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by your leash. I didn't mean to leave like such dramatic music playing. You okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Yeah, a fucked up chicken. Oh no, that poor thing. Must have been one of Duke's. Oh Jesus, it's still alive. Guess we have to roll the camera. Seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely has some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez, hope I don't get demonetized for this one. Wait, do you hear that? Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go home? Birdie? Oh, Birdie, oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? Duke, we just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Yeah, Duke, I don't think it's a mountain lion getting at your chickens. Yeah, there's something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. No goddamn shit. It's like some kind of plague. Better not be contagious. Oh, we saw the thing that got a hold of her. Got it on camera, too. I don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? Duende. You know there ain't no such thing. I don't think it's a mountain lion. Yeah, no shit. All my years, I ain't never seen anything like this. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you. Gently at first. Barely a whisper. But then, a guttural moan. Then another and another. Until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. Just heard something about revenge? I think we should get out of here. Agreed. We've all had enough excitement. Come on, Birdie. Let's get you home. Are you guys hearing this? She starts filming again. As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, the strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What in the hell is that? Duke, you are so right. What the hell is that? You feel a tightening in the leash, pulling at you from behind. Don't you step another foot closer, I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates, and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. The leash is drawn fully taut. Then there's a sudden looseness. Gretchen starts making ungodly noises, screaming and howling along with the din around you. You and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from a bush. Gretchen's whines and barks reach a fevered pitch as another creature's malformed hands grasp at her. Oh my god! What's going on over there? Duke glances back. Everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet, and then chaos. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs. While Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit! Shit! Get your grubby little hands off my bird! Get the thing away from Gretchen! Save Gretchen! You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out along something sharp and unnatural. But then there's the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it's gone. Duke? Oh my god, what do we do? Okay, First things first, I grab Gretchen. Okay, step 1, Gretchen's safe. Step 2, what's step 2? Oh my god. Yeah, we call the cops, obviously. Do you have a signal out here? I know I don't. Look, we're gonna have to run through the woods to reach a road anyway. I say we might as well chase after those things and get as much footage as we can. No! No one's gonna believe us if we don't have proof of what happened. We owe it to Duke. Stella doesn't wait another moment. She holds Gretchen close and starts running. Alone in the dark woods, you have little choice but to follow her. Chase after the danger! There are more of them. A lot more of them. They leer at you from the trees, no longer hiding as they bellow their warnings out into the night. Stella films as she runs, narrating to an invisible audience. We're being pursued, I think, by these weird things. Seems like they're all riled up from what just happened. The two of you come to a stop at the edge of a clearing. Okay. We seem to have found a nest, or a crop circle, but of animals. God, that smell. The air here is flavored with rot, a pervasive stench rising up from the spiral of corpses that patterns the rock. Birdie has been placed among them, her body laying still as the creature crouches protectively over her. Gretchen seems upset, shaking in Stella's arms and whimpering quietly. With the sound of the dog's disquiet, the creatures flow out of the woods and surround the clearing. Dead eyes peer out from pale, doughy faces, watching the two of you and the small, terrified dog. Blubber incoherently to express your fear and desire to leave. You know what? That seems reasonable. You tug on Stella's sleeve, making terrified blubbering noises. Yeah, I think I have enough footage now. Let's get out of here. The two of you take a few steps back from the clearing, then turn and start running back through the woods, driven by a deep animal instinct to get away from whatever these things are. They're everywhere! God, how many of these things are there? They reach out to you from between bushes and tree branches, grasping for anything they can get a hold of, their howls filling the night. We're almost there! You and Stella reach the main road, and the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. And 1 text. Where are you? Where the hell did you go? And 13 text messages. Whoa. You text Tabitha back and let her know you're okay. Your message sits unread. Tabitha seems worried. It's pretty late, isn't it? Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl? It's Stella Richmond. I'm up the mountain on the Asgina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. Happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl, who's gonna tell Bo? Guess now we wait. Takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walks 2 officers. Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Frankley, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. See? Right here. A thing jumps out of the woods, then the shotgun goes off. What in Samuel? What is that? Some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. As the video reveals the creature's nest, Franklin ever so slightly lowers his sunglasses. Or a whole bunch of naked maniacs. What the heck is that? Some kind of crop circle? They killed Duke. Uh-huh. Now we're gonna have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. There you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I. Please, call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you and... Who are you exactly? That's Jasper. Came into town today for the funeral. All right, sure. We'll escort you both back to town. There's a naked maniac on the loose. Best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke's going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Dirkson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will have to wait. Now, if you'll kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist, for your own safety. Stella sighs. Okay, thank you. You can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. Gretchen! Oh. The cops usher you and Stella into the back of their squad car. You are just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Hugby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretched across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. Stella stares out the window, oddly quiet. Stella, you good? Did you just witness a guy, who you seemed really, close to, die because of terrifying creatures? She doesn't respond. Damn, I wonder who here said we should get out of the woods. Just saying. Place a comforting hand on her shoulder. You reach out and rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at your touch, but you can feel some of her tension ease and hear her let out a self-soothing sigh. I don't know what to say either. Looks to me like she just got about a car sickness. Must be why she thought walking home sounded like such a good idea. Guess whatever y'all saw out in them woods ain't as bad as an upset tummy. I'm sure she'll be right as rain once we get back down the hill, though she'd best try not to hurl in the meantime. We'll want Franklin here to have to work late cleaning the squad car. We're only a few minutes now. Y'all better keep it together until then. Soon, the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have this all sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. IP Freely? Sure, you're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on them for us. Make sure they don't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchy. Y'all have a lovely evening. Any bugaboos give you trouble? You know how to get into touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. How you holding up? How am I holding up? I mean, not great, but I'm more worried about you. I can't believe they just implied that you're a suspect, even after we showed them all of that footage. Even after we found that nest. But it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. I was there. I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. I won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We've got to find out more about those things. If we can get clearer footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never came across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have useful information. My friend's mom. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. Yeah, I should check in on Tabitha. She did call me 6 times and text 13. My friend's place is on the way back, and stopping by shouldn't take long. You sure you don't want to stop in first? I know I wouldn't want to head up that mountain road by myself after everything that's happened tonight. You know, when you put it like that. Sure, let's do it. Awesome, let's go. I hope she's still awake. You and Stella turn to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Remember what I said? If you hear something say your name, no you didn't. Welcome home. You're finally where you're meant to be. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back, and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? Who is this? Hi, Mrs. Forsyth. This is Jasper. Is it okay if we come in? You and Mrs. Forsyth briefly lock eyes. She's impenetrable, and you feel small and almost naked in her presence. Yet you feel no threat, no malice. And then the moment passes, and you see only the woman before you. Of course. You're in luck. Just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. I love your house, Sybil. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, Jasper. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler. Now poor Pearl Ann is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. I've got peanuts. Here, we'll save again. Yeah, we'll go with you knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. I do actually want to make the text a little bigger. What are I gonna do? Just a little bigger, bigger. For me, blind person. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. Would you like peanut? She offered you and Stella tea, after all. It's only polite to offer something in return. Oh my, thank you for the kind offer, dear, but I'm afraid it's far too late for me to have something so salty. Who is talking to me outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to be worried about him. Well, we need some help. Ah, yes, I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? Go on. Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh, my lord. Have you contacted the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls a memory card from her sleeve and pops it into her phone. I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this. At least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Hell yeah! I was hoping that's what she'd pulled. Cops wouldn't know what to do with that footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Or not so accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now, we can examine the footage for ourselves. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits? Yes, I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I'd need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. You'd better come with me, Stella. I'm sure she'll be more willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Oh, please stop the teapot noise. Thank you. Oh. Kanika, come out. We could use a little help. What, Mom? Oh, hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato. And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? Ooh, coughing, that's what I'm doing. Hi, I'm Jasper. I'll let Stella do the talking. Tabitha's cousin. Ah, great. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. Heads up, this is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? Fucked up is what it is. I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Jasper and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? I'm fine. Really, I'm okay. You remain silent. Ah, poor Duke. Poor Beau. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Beau, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be in much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. Yeah, what happened in the woods? We weren't supposed to see any of that. You're not wrong. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Mom, come on. Whoever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Jasper with this Talipo crap. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. She always said they never hurt people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. But Duke is dead. And if these are ditchlings, his death was an accident. Or my grandmother was wrong, and she was very rarely wrong. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. I see so many in one place. Sybil holds her silence. Jesus, Mom, haven't they already been through enough? Do we really need the spooky window dressing? What if it's important window dressing? Okay, I know when I'm outnumbered. Ooh, book smart and mystical. Must be part of their life cycle. Maybe they feed on negative energy. Like when a wasp lays eggs in a caterpillar, a parasitic larval stage. These ditchlings congregate around doomed people and places. Maybe it's like the negative energy is part of that life cycle too, like negativity feeds the embryos as well as flesh. Did I have to say that in such a scary way? Well, that's one theory. At least the flesh part sounds about right. They're either using the local wildlife as food or incubation. Given that spiral of bodies, I'm guessing incubation. Looks like all the grows there had popped. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Jasper get some rest. Ran them ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. Yeah, I mean, I can stay up. This is a little vital. All right. Maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. Ugh. All right. I'll ask around in my usual forum, see if anyone has information on ditchlings. Is that what you called them? That's right. You go on home now. Do try and get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. On the online. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. See you tomorrow, okay? Call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see ya. All right, I think we're past the phlegm that cursed us for the last few minutes. Bye, Jasper. You didn't say bye to Gretchen! It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. Alrighty, let's call it a night. Mind walking me home? I thought you were walking me home. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Thanks. I'm terrified of seeing Tabitha. Last thing I want to deal with after everything that's happened tonight is seeing Tabitha again. She scares me. Yeah, Tabby can be pretty intimidating. Thanks for staying, though. If I'm being honest, not being alone tonight is a weight off my chest. Doesn't take too long for Stella to fix up the guest room for her. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart at the estate, it's far better cared for. Make yourself at home. You didn't have to do all this. You don't have to worry about that. I'm glad the guest room is finally getting some use. Sure, what do you make of all this? Oh gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Those creatures out there, and Duke is dead. I know that some of the things Sybil said were a little wild, but if she is right and they are an omen, maybe we can change things and stop whatever's brought them here before it happens. You know what? It wouldn't hurt to poke around town. I have the time. Agreed. So, what the fuck was that outside of Sybil's? Felt like I could barely breathe until he left. Wayne? I haven't really gotten to know the guy. I think he works in the mine. Might be worth looking into him. I should probably try calling Tabitha. At least explain where we are. Right, she'd probably like to know you're not dead. Get some rest, Jasper. I'll see you in the morning. You pull out your phone and call your cousin. It rings for a moment before she picks up. Where the hell have you been? I texted you back. Did you? I didn't notice. Met this girl in town and we hit it off. We went on this night hike to find cryptids. You met Stella then. Ugh, that explains everything. She's gotten you all worked up. Going to bed. I'll collect you tomorrow. Thank you, Tabby. From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seemed like something that happened to someone else. You can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought, but deep down, can't help but worry that things will only get worse. From behind closed doors, you can faintly hear the sounds of quiet sobs. Oh, Stella. Was that our day one, and therefore our chapter one, and therefore our demo then? That's not looking good. Alpaca. Oh no. Leave the alpaca alone. Well, that's looking a little werewolfy. All the locks, all the scratches. Oh, was that up in the estate? Interesting. Interesting. This is the end of episode 1 in Scarlet Hollow's free demo. If you'd like to continue your stories, your saves automatically carry over. Seth. Well, yeah, that was fun. We'll pick that up. I liked it. You could tell it was millennials. Affectionate. Millennial affectionate. I'm a millennial. Therefore affectionate. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'll be honest, I was a little bit like, do I want to give this a try? Do I want to give this a pickup? I'm not sure. And then I saw somebody else post a picture of Gretchen, and they were like, flawless creature, and I was like, well, sold. Let me just go ahead and move that demo into my to-stream folder right now. Ho ho ho! Don't mind if I do!